Hey, it's Marilla Manelli with Kenra Professional, and today I'm going to show you how to do a roller set blowout for maximum volume. So follow along so you can learn all of my tips and techniques that you can use right in the salon. To get started on our voluminous blowout, I'm going to be using the blow dry spray. Now this spray, I love it so much because not only does it have argan oils and it's going to speed up the blow dry time by up to 50%, but it's going to give me that thermal protection up to 428 degrees. So the best way to use this is to make sure you shake it and then spray onto the mids and ends. Next, I'm going to layer in the Kenra Volumizing 12. What I love about this mousse is it's gonna give me that medium hold, perfect for the structure that we're gonna add in with our voluminous blowout. It's also gonna give me that thermal protection up to 428 degrees. Plus it's gonna provide thermal protection up to 450 degrees. And it's a non-drying, flake-free formula. Because she has so much hair, I like to separate it into those 3 sections and really just focus putting that mousse closer to the roots and the mids. Now once you get the mousse in, now we're gonna do a little rough dry. We just wanna take out majority of the moisture before we go in with our round brush and roller set. For the rough dry, I'm gonna be putting it on high heat and high blow. I'm also gonna be using a wet brush just to kind of help open up the root area so we can really focus on drying the interior and not so much the ends. Now that I have most of her hair rough dried, now we're gonna go in with a round brush and then our roller sets. So the round brush I'm gonna be using is a 2-inch wide round brush. And the reason why I'm gonna go in with this is it's gonna give me the type of curl that we want, especially with the rollers that we're gonna be using. So these rollers are about the same size. Now I have different variation in sizes, but overall we're going for a large roller set. And once we're done doing each section, we're gonna roll each of those sections up into these rollers and let it cool into place. And that's how we're gonna get the volume that we're looking for. The overall goal here is to get lots of over direction so we have lots of volume at the base, and then rolling this up and letting it cool and set. So now to get started, I'm just gonna separate the front from the back, and we're gonna take that nape area section right under the occipital. I do want to point out that her ends are still pretty wet, and that's exactly the type of dry that we're looking for. We're looking for this to be a little bit more dry because these ends dry so quickly. Keep in mind that usually the ends are a little bit more porous and they tend to dry pretty quickly. So now I'm going to insert my brush and then hold the blow dry nozzle right on top of that section, going in the same direction as the hair. You want to make sure that the airflow is parallel to the hair. Now the beauty of this technique is you can get a lot of volume obviously from just your blow dry, but when you heat up the hair and then wrap this in the roller, you're allowing that hair to cool in place, especially on hair that's really heavy and thick like my models. One hot tip here is I do see a lot of hairstylists sometimes put the clip right here at the top to help hold that in place, and that's not what you want to do. What can happen is you can create a dent right here, so the best place to secure it is right here on the interior. You'll notice too that each of my sections are pretty wide, and they're also about the same size as the roller, so just kind of keep that in mind as you start working towards the wider parts of the head. So I'm just going to continue on with the same thing as we work on up, and I'm almost going to kind of brick lay a lot of the rollers as we work through. And the goal for the brick lay is to make sure that we're not creating this hard separation between each of the rollers. We want there to still be a lot of movement right at the root. So now I'm at the top section. I've actually isolated out the mohawk section because she does wear her hair in the center, but we're right here in this like awkward space where the head's super rounded and you're probably not going to want to create a hard line down the middle. So a little hack I like to do is just do a diagonal line before we go in with our roller set. So I'm just going to do a diagonal separation, and we're still going to do that over direction, but what makes this so great is when this falls, we're not gonna have that hard straight line of separation that sometimes that creates when we're doing the roller set. Now that I have the back done, we're gonna move on to this top center section. I'm just gonna gather this, and it's just a typical mohawk section. We're gonna blow all of this back and away from her face. As you can see, everything is over directed, heated up with the round brush, and then we're placing it right into that roller set and pinning it in place, letting it cool. So I'm gonna finish up the sides and then we'll get ready to take her down. Now that I'm all done with the voluminous roller set, I'm gonna finish her with volume spray 25 just to lock in the look. Her curls have been cooling for 15 minutes and now let's see the reveal. Now that I took her rollers out and brushed through her curls, I'm gonna finish her with the Volumizing spray clay. I love this product because not only does it give me a little bit of hold and definition, but it's gonna maintain the volume and body that we've built into her style. Next, I'm gonna be using the Texturizing Taffy 13. Now, I love this product. It's probably one of my favorite top 3 products in the entire Kenra Professional line. And it's not only because this product is gonna give me also definition, but what makes this really unique is it helps maintain a lot of the flyaways. And then I'm just gonna rub this in my hands. And it's kind of a fiber-based paste, so that's kind of why I like it. And we're just gonna take down all of these little flyaways really, really lightly. And I love it because it's not greasy. And it's gonna maintain that volume we built in. And whatever's left in my hands after taking down these little flyaways, I just kind of squeeze it into the ends. And here's the final result of our roller set blowout for maximum volume. So I really hope you enjoyed this hair tutorial, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and be sure to check out the other videos right here on the Kenra Professional YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video.